even though you're just going into year 4, those younger guys, they're going to be sending, like, I'm about to play John Morant.
Yeah, they're going to get cooked, too.
What up? We are back at it. You and me once again, bud. You know, this is like our annual interview tradition. We always do one. Yeah.
Anniversary.
How you feeling? Vegas is something.
Vegas is hot.
It is so hot. What is it? We're at 100 today, right? For sure.
And 20.
Yeah, it's like we're at 200. Didn't say his name, but John Morant, everybody. Give it up for John. You know, we do these all the time, but you're certainly much richer this time. Big money. Congrats on that. Likely going to be up to, what, $231 million, your extension. It's a lot of money.
A lot of zeros.
Yeah. When you hear that number, what do you think?
What do I think? Obviously, starting, I earned it, number one. But definitely a blessing, you know, for, you know, me and my family to, you know, be able to, you know, achieve that. So
yeah.
Now it's got to, you know, keep it going.
Do you think it's really hit you, though, that that's what you're going to be making?
Yeah, I feel like once it did, I was in Utah. I actually was sitting on the balcony and recorded a little video and sent it to my mom, dad, and little sister. Like, you know, we made it. I felt like, you know, that's when it, you know, kind of hit me that, you know, I just signed, you know, for a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think everything be weird, you know, for me, like, achieving goals and stuff is like, it'll be a random time. Like, I can be in a drive-through line and it might hit me or something. So I'm pretty sure it'll, you know, come around again.
Yeah. Well, because I saw you talking about that moment on the balcony where you know, recorded the video, sent it to your family, and you had that moment with them. But when you were sitting on that balcony, just like by yourself and reflecting, what were you thinking about yourself in that moment?
Pretty much a relief, honestly. Obviously, I feel like, you know, every, you know, top pick, you know, coming into, you know, your last year, year 4, your goal is to, you know, get another contract. Really, I feel like that's for everybody in the league. So, you know, going into year 3, you know, that offseason before, you know, I put a lot into, like, yeah, we need another contract. I was working hard, you know, talking with my family, you know, about continuing to stay in the gym, staying locked in. Had a great year, and the contract came. So it was definitely, you know, like a relief, and it's like, all right, now you can just, you know, do what you do best, and that's, you know, play basketball.
Yeah. Does this ever feel surreal for you, or have you always said, like, this is what my life was going to be?
I could say both. Honestly, you know, basketball, I always wanted, you know, to play at the highest level. It was my goal to play at the highest level. And I can't say, you know, I always thought, you know, this is how my life would be. But, you know, I'm extremely happy and, you know, blessed to, you know, be able to, you know, live this life and play the game at the highest level. So.
Yeah. And now we're getting, what, $500 tips to the waitresses, which you did all the time. Like, you have always been a very big tipper. But in that moment, it felt like it was a little more special.
For sure. It was actually just chilling in Dallas, and, you know, I did a tip. I felt like, you know, it was the first time where I ever had somebody, you know, react that way. Pretty much. Like, she actually ran around the restaurant. After that, the whole time, she just like, can I shake your hand? Can I get a hug? And she like, I don't ever want to wash this shirt again, so hopefully she put it up on her wall somewhere or something.
Yeah, and now she will be a Grizzly fan, like, forever.
For sure. She got to be.
Yeah.
No other team.
Yeah. And that's, I think, a really special thing that you do with a bunch of people. You create these moments, like, even in your camps, when all the kids show up, but you're, like, dunking with them, you're gritting with them. Like, they're going to think about that forever.
For sure. Experience, you know, remember forever.
Yeah. So one thing about you, you live life. You have a very fun life. And you were certainly the topic of a bunch of things on social media because you were going on IG Live and showing everyone the fun you were having. What did you think about the reaction that people had to you being on IG Live?
Oh, that's a good question. I honestly just feel like, you know, in my job, my profession, that I feel like, you know, people kind of think, you know, we're not human as well. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who goes and have a drink. So, but because I'm on IG Live and, you know, fans around the world, you know, see it, I feel like they kind of, you know, blew it up. Like, you know, some was, you know, Ja having the time of his life, you know, he's living, which, you know, I feel like I should, you know. I achieved my dream. I feel like every day you should celebrate life, especially if you wake up that morning. I feel like you can never take life for granted. So, you know, that's why I always preach to, you know, my family and everybody, you know, to always, you know, be themselves and, you know, enjoy life. But then you have some that's, you know, always going to be negative.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just be like, all right, oh, well, I'm going to do me. So after, you know, I did that live, that's, you know, why I said what I said.
Yeah. And I think you also even tweeted just about, like, you are going to be who you are, like how you mentioned. But do you ever feel like, okay, if I'm doing this, and even though we all know you're in the gym, I know you're in the gym every day, but there's something to people not seeing you in the gym that makes them think that you're not. Like, how do you combat that?
You know, now I have my mans now who, you know, follow me around, you know, everywhere I go. So
shout out to Nye.
now I can have, you know, that footage. So if I want to post, I can post almost every day if I wanted to, but I just don't feel the need to. But, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, I have to let everybody know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, from, you know, my side, my trainers, my friends, you know, they always make sure, you know, I'm in the gym and they actually be in the gym with me working out. I feel like we all, you know, hold each other accountable. And then to the Grizzlies side, you know, as well. I feel like, you know, we all share that mindset, so, you know, always wanted to be better.
Yeah.
And I'm just not going to post being in the gym every day.
Right. Because you're like, I mean, I'm clearly in the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you will wake up every morning and go to the gym.
Yeah,
every
for
single
sure.
day. Okay,
Sure.
That's fair. What do you think your relationship is with social media? Like, what does Twitter do for you?
For me, a lot of things. You know, you get to see, you know, what's going on around the world. It's opportunity for, you know, me to speak up on, you know, things I believe in, things I don't like, I do like. And, you know, also to, you know, promote my brand, which is me, I'm my brand. So
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, it helps a lot. Obviously, you know, social media can be draining for a lot of people. Highs and lows. Me personally, honestly, you know, I could get rid of it, but, you know, I'm just, you know, a guy who, you know, allow people, you know, who are fans of me, you know, to see, you know, what I'm doing. I tweet certain things, maybe it's song lyrics or a prayer or something, or even something me and, you know, my group has talked about pretty much. So, and it can be an outlet to some, you know, who don't, you know, want to talk to people in person.
So when you talk about, like, the highs and lows of social media, how easy is it for you to block out what people say about you, or how difficult is it? Do you get caught up in it sometimes?
I definitely see it. I give a lot of credit to my mom for, you know, keeping me, you know, kind of in line with it. But then sometimes she gives me the go ahead, like, all right. And then sometimes I won't even tell her, and I just go ahead and do it. And then she'll be like, nope, delete it. Like,
Yeah.
But, you know, it's definitely hard. You know, you see everything now, you know, technology, social media is so updated to where, like, I can get on my Twitter and it got like a section of my name, and then you see just all the tweets about me, pretty much. So I definitely, you know, I can't block it out, but I feel like, you know, you just got to pick and choose. You have to be smart on, you know, what you know, say, what you react to, and, you know, what you let get to you. Obviously, it's always going to be haters, but, you know, that's come with, you know, you being you and being successful. So, you know, I just take it for what it is.
What have you learned to be the things that you want to give no energy to and the things that you decide to give energy to when it comes to what happens online?
When people just, try to be, real disrespectful. Obviously, it's through the internet. If I say anything on there, it's giving them exactly what they want, and that's more likes and retweets. Obviously, I'm not going to see them. It's just going to be back and forth, and, that's just something, I'm not interested in going back and forth with somebody.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I definitely, I might say a couple things, but then I'm going to stop eventually. Yeah.
One thing that I think everyone was talking about was this discourse that happened with your dad, T, who is the greatest human ever. But people were talking about, him being on the sidelines, and so then he decided next game to wear the shirt that said, "Proud supportive Black dad." Why do you think it was important for him to be able to speak on that as well?
Man, my dad is, like you said, a friendly guy. Everybody loves him, down to earth, take care of everybody, show everybody, love, no matter if he knew you for, years or 3 minutes. He treat everybody the same, and that's, with love and care. And for me, growing up, I always said he was my first hater. So now to see him on the sideline, running up and down, jumping up, cheering, it was different for me as well. But now it's all right, now he's kind of, showing me, and now it gave me, even more confidence when I'm out there playing that, all right, if he's cheering and he's happy, then I know I'm doing something right. But for him to, receive, the stuff people were saying about him, about, having his cup on the sideline, he's a grown man. He does what he wants at the end of the day. But I feel like, every child, need that support from their parents. And I don't see, how you get bashed for being, a supportive, father, or even if it was a mother, getting bashed for, showing love to your child and supporting them and, riding with them till the wheels fall off. So he's not the one to, speak up too much on it. But that's why I'm here. I will for him. So.
No, for sure. Can you also, I don't know if people fully understand, obviously the role that he's played in your life as your dad, but also why you making it to the NBA and being a star is super special to him because of the past that he has also had in basketball. So if you could explain that.
It's pretty much I'm living, both our dreams out. He had that opportunity, and, instead he took it to, stay with me because I was, about to be born, which is something, most people wouldn't, I don't feel like it would be an easy decision for, most. You have a career, goal where you wanted to achieve, but you have, a child on the way, and you took that instead. So I know it was, definitely a tough decision, and he made that decision to, be in my life, which, once again, I feel like, every child needs. And as far as, living out the dream, it's crazy. We both, have our moments about, me being in the NBA, and then now it's not only me being in the NBA, but, a top player in the league as well. So it's definitely something, we're both, proud about, but if we played one-on-one, I would kill him.
It's so funny watching him at the games because, all the ones I've gone to, he's also talking trash to the opposing team. The player, when they are right there inbounding, you hear him chirping. Him and Draymond actually were going at it. I was at game 1 of y'all's playoff series, and they were going at it, and Draymond was like, yo, he was saying to Ja, he was like, Ja, get your dad.
But that's him. But, everybody that he's talked trash to, they have, the relationship of, obviously respect with each other. And right after the game, they, dap up and, have a laugh together. And they know it's, me as well. So it's all love, but he always told me inside those 4 lines, you can't have no friends. So that's him, 24/7. He gonna talk all once the game started until it ends. But before and after the game, he showed love to, all those players as well. So.
Now, speaking of Draymond, there's been some Twitter fun between between you two. Starting with you talking about the real estate that you felt you all were taking up in their heads. Tell me what you were thinking about when you put that tweet out.
I just felt like, if I won a championship, I wasn't thinking about, no other team or what somebody said months ago. I'm going to be, celebrating a championship. I'm going to be, happy with my teammates. But as you see, after they won the championship, everything was Grizzlies playing whoop that trick on their parade, showing it in the club, talking about Jaren, this and that. I feel like, when you win, you can say anything. But I lost, and I'm going to still be Jai at the end of the day. So.
Yeah.
But it's social media, they blew it up. Like, is it beef? Is it a rivalry? But no, like, those guys can tell you, even after, we lost in the series that, I told them, I feel like, it's time, for y'all to get another ring, through Steph, Clay, and Draymond as well. And then they said the same, like, y'all be back, we'll see y'all again. It'll be a lot of fun for years to come. But we all competitors at the end of the day. We all battling, in this league to, be the best we can be and to win championships. And that's what comes with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying after that series, you knew, like you said to Steph and them, you're like, it's time for y'all to come and get that.
For sure. Honestly, I felt like, coming out of that series, whoever, it was the favorite, to win the championship. And, with Golden State, they've been, a dominant team for years. And, now having their, three core guys back and battling with us, you definitely can see that. Experience definitely comes into play. I actually was, a fan of the Celtics as well. So that series, I didn't pick nobody to win. I was just like, man, I want Game 7. Whoever wins, wins. I'm a big fan of Tatum. I was actually DMing him as well, congratulating him on the wins. And, like, we're young. So, it's definitely, times where, the league is in good hands with, the young core, pretty much. So I was congratulating him and, kind of hoping, he definitely, won him a championship, to start it for this, younger generation. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you talk about the Warriors series and just you all's matchups to come, it's obviously no beef. Anyone who says that is incorrect. Rivalry is maybe not the right word, but there is certainly like a little more edge
for sure
to that matchup, and there always will be. Do you agree with that?
For sure.
Okay.
It's because it's Golden State. Like, they've been dominant for years, won, 4 championships. I feel like, when you got Golden State on the schedule, you want to come out and play, and, that's when you play your best, so you put a lot more into it, playing them. With the 3 main core guys. But, like, no rivalry or anything. But I feel like I said it for years since I've been in the league. That's my favorite matchup for sure.
Yeah. One thing Draymond was talking about after that, and as you all were having your back and forth online, was that he feels as though maybe we put too much weight into regular season matchups. Like, if somebody wins in the regular season.
Exactly. I agree.
You agree with that?
For sure.
Okay. Why?
Because we say we played Golden State first game of the season, we win. Now it's like, all right, yeah, Memphis coming out of the West. Memphis better than Golden State. But it's one game. Like, we lost to teams this year that didn't even make the playoffs. So I feel like, I agree with, what he's saying on everybody put too much into the, regular season. I feel like in the playoffs is really when you get to lock in, pretty much and, scout a team because, you got them for possible 7 games instead of playing them and having another team you might play the next day where you can't, So I'm definitely with him on,
Yeah. I thought that was a really good point, and it speaks to just the postseason being a completely different animal.
For sure.
Like, and when we're talking about who's going to win these games, it almost doesn't even make sense to say, well, in the regular season this happened. Because it's just a different gear.
Different basketball and more physical. Half court. Now it's not too many, fast break transition points. So it's like you actually get to lock in on a team, and you have to, be able to go out and score the ball in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. So with that series, I think there was a lot of talk about like code and it being physical and all of these things. What is code to you?
Safe plays, pretty much. Honestly, I don't, ever think, anybody go out to, hurt anybody.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I feel like even if you don't like a person, you're just not going to go and, try to end a person's career or anything like that. But, it's just being safe. It's just certain, things, you pretty much can't do. Obviously, we had two incidents, in that series where, players went out. But at the end of the day, you got apologies from, both of those players, who, did whatever. And I feel like, we all, rooting for each other at the end of the day, playing in the league. But you got to be safe. You got to, obviously protect yourself. But, if you have a chance to, stop some or let somebody keep playing in a series, then, pretty much, just don't do it. But it's over now. It is what it is, man.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you think people made too much of, like, you and Jordan Poole?
Yeah. Even me, honestly. Obviously, I was frustrated, how I got hurt. I sent the tweet. Once again, my mom came into play, like, no, delete it. Then I seen people start, trying to talk trash, like, oh, you deleted, you soft. At that time, I probably would have got fined for the stuff I said, but I had to take that in consideration. Yeah. So, but it's all good with me. I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah. So you were frustrated, but I feel like at this point you all have spoken. You're cool.
Yeah. Even when we went back to Golden State, when I was walking on the court, he asked me, was I good? Dapped me up. Even some of the other players, asked me on the side as well. And, that's what I said. That's what it's all about. We all, at the end of the day, care for each other. All, want everybody to succeed. So I don't think, it's too much, dirty players in this league to, go and do, anything. But after that, frustrated, in pain, not knowing, what the results was going to be at the time, my mind, pretty much was all over the place. So there's a lot of frustration, went into that. And then after, the first incident where everybody was trying to, bash my teammate, not even knowing that he apologized and stuff, like he didn't mean to do it. That went into play too. So
yeah,
and everybody know I'm one to take up for my people. So
yeah, I mean, it's also, I just think it's almost like a pressure cooker. Like, there's so much frustration. You're obviously all trying to win. You're mad about certain things. It's like an emotional roller coaster, and then everybody's just trying to navigate. And you put getting hurt on top of that, and it's a whole thing. I think people underestimated how badly you hurt your eye. Like, could you, even the next game, it was bothering you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I was frustrated then as well. I was back with the docs, so everybody can get this story real quick. This is something nobody knows. So I was in the back little tunnel, trying to get my vision back, but it was like blurry. It was like when I go to look a certain way, it would get blurry, but like when I was straight for a minute, like I'd be good. But as soon as I look away, it was getting blurry. So I was getting frustrated, like, man, I can't see. I got hit like directly in my eye. So we was trying to do eye drops. I tried to go back to the bench. And I was like, all right, I think I'm going to be fine. I looked up at the lights, and it went back. So then now it's like, man, all right, I can't see. So I think I went back to, I trained her like 2 or 3 times, kept trying to get eye drops. And then me being a competitor, my pops always said, you got to protect me from myself. The docs told me I couldn't go back in until, I did a little test where, I actually could, show I could see or whatever. So we went back in the tunnel. And when we was walking, I was already looking at everything before. So by the time they came back, I was like, yeah, man, I can see. That's the exit sign. It's a person right here. Like, I'm covering my good eye. And I just kept pointing. And then I'm like, all right, and just took off running. So then I ran to the bench and like, coach, I'm ready, and then checked back in. So then when I checked back in, my vision was still blurry. Like, I was out there playing, like, I don't know how I did it, honestly, but.
So you're saying you cheated the test with the doctors?
I cheated, for sure.
So that you could come back onto the court and play?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when you're on the court, what is everything looking like if you can't see?
Like, my vision, pretty much started to come back, but, like, it was still blurry a little bit. Like, if I looked too fast or a certain way. So it was like I was trying to, lock in. So, like, when I first got back into the game, I think I had, like, 2 opportunities where I could score, and I, like, passed it, and then one was on a fast break. And I normally, on a fast break, everybody know I get downhill. I even stop at the three-point line and just pass it to Zaire, and he ended up hitting. I think it was his second 3 in a row. And then it was like, all right, I was trying to get it. They called timeout. I went back to the bench. And everybody like, you good? And I'm telling them, yeah, but I was really trying to get my vision back. So then I went down. I got the and one going left. And then I remember, like, my brother and them was baseline. And I'm like, bro, like, I really got one eye. Like, I really couldn't see, like, if I was looking fast or whatever.
Really?
So I pretty much just had to lock in on whatever I was looking at the moment. So it's definitely tough, being a point guard. You see everything. But that was one for the book, so that made it even more special.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll be like your legend story when you were in the playoffs with one eye.
Yeah, I don't know if it's up there with Jordan flu game, but for me, that's number one right there.
Jordan flu game and John Morant's one eye. those are 1 and 2. Wow, no, I mean I knew that it was like bad, and then you had gone out there and you just tried to
cheated the test, man. Sometimes that's what you got to do to pass, man.
Sometimes you got to cheat to make it work.
I didn't study.
So another thing that sticks out to me too, and not to play like the what if game, but like I said, I was at game 1. And so I see when you get the ball, you're going downhill, you have that moment that if you make it, you guys win game 1.
Yeah.
And you missed that layup.
Yeah.
And I just saw it on your face how upset you were. Do you think about that specific shot often?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because, game 1 at home, we had home court. It's a layup I make time and time again. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was really frustrated. It's like, man, I actually pretty much beat the Heat, I think, the year before off the same layup. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, you do this layup in your workouts, you do it in practice, you do it in the games, and game was on the line, and I blew it. So I was, pretty much frustrated with that one. Obviously going up 1-0. Not saying, we would have won the second game, but we end up winning the second game. So now you're going into Golden State up 2-0 instead of 1-1. And, that's pretty much an advantage you need. It's, a lot of, I feel like, you're more comfortable, going in. But there's definitely one.
Yeah.
Then getting in it, like, my peoples already know if I come out, they be, normally waiting in the parking lot. I come out. If they see how I'm walking, they already know. They like, you good, man. You make that layup all the time. And I'm like, man, I know, but like.
And it was like, I'm like, okay, did you get fouled?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I wouldn't say I got
because it looked
fouled.
Like it for a minute.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the playoffs, so.
Yeah.
I feel like, anybody who drives to the rim pretty much get a bump or something. So if you want to call a foul like that, then I feel like, that's kind of soft. So.
Yeah.
But that wasn't why I missed.
Yeah.
I think Clay actually tipped the ball as well, but I still got it off to where I could have made the layup. But he tipped it like right before I let it go.
Yeah. I mean, because there's few moments in a playoff series that you can point to and say, that could have changed some.
For sure. Like, obviously, I was frustrated with that, but it was the rebounding category for us, in that series that, pretty much hurt us. So I can be like, damn, man, that layup right there made us lose a game, but, it's the little stuff that, you can pinpoint and be like, all right, if we did this, we would have won.
Yeah.
So.
Now, with game 2, that was your 47 points?
Yeah.
A little 47?
Yeah.
Would you say that was the best game of your career?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Playoffs. Second round at that. I was first round exit year before, so second round, and it's Golden State. After, going back and forth, with Steph, I feel like, that was my best one.
Yeah.
Another thing, Anthony Tolliver was telling me about Steph. No matter what, like if you have a bad game, the greats always, come back, and redeem themselves. And, that was my game. That was my chance. And for, listening to him, when he was my vet, and, he telling me, how to carry myself, how to go about stuff. And, he was speaking on Steph, and then I'm playing against Steph when that happened. It was it was crazy.
Yeah.
On that, on that stage, that level, is definitely, I feel like that was my best game.
For sure. And also just like that mental fortitude that it takes to, miss that layup that you make all the time, but come back and get 47, like you said, against Steph, somebody that I know how much you value Steph as a basketball player.
Can't give a lot of chances.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, 100%. I think that obviously, even though the series and in the way that you wanted to, you had these moments within it that I think showed everybody that both you and the team, like, you're not going away.
Nah, no.
Yeah. Like, the Grizzlies are a team that's absolutely here to stay. But
wow.
Yeah. But so for you, okay, obviously the ceiling for any team is championship. That's what you end up wanting. But as you all get better, what's your floor? Meaning, like, what is something that has to happen every year or you'll feel like it was not a successful year? Like, is it the Western Conference Finals? Is it what's the floor for you all?
Obviously, we're in the Western Conference. So I feel like, it's a tough conference. I feel like, year in, year out, it's a different team who comes into the, playoff picture. It's pretty much the Timberwolves. Year before, didn't make it. Now they was in the playoffs, this year. Pretty much had us on the ropes. But for us, I feel like number one is definitely playoffs. But I feel like, Western Conference Finals is, something we have to, do each year for us, not to say be satisfied, but, be happy with the season. Even though this past season we didn't make it, but we had a great year. But I feel like, that's just the start. That's the beginning. And it's going to the next level. So, yeah. And
I mean, I do hope sometimes you sit back and you say, like, every year we've gotten better. Like, every year you've gotten further. And then you've gotten better personally, too.
Lost in the play-in my rookie year. Lost first round and second round. But I'm tired of the losing. It's time to put some ice on my finger.
And when you think about that, are you like, do you give yourself the goal of when that needs to happen, the time you want to see that happen? Like, how do you think of the scope of winning that championship?
I feel like, it's tough. Obviously, I want to win now. I want to win now, but I feel like you can't put, that much pressure on yourself. But when it's time, it's time. So once playoffs hit for us, it's like, all right, like, this is the time right here. Like, it's not, like, early in the season, everybody's goal is, to win a ring. But that's a long season, highs and lows, something I hate, injuries. Like, you just never know. But when that time comes, you have to be ready for it, and then you got to be like, it's here. So we got to do everything to, go ahead and, achieve that goal for us.
I don't know if scared is the right word, but for lack of a better word, are you scared of getting injured after going through some already?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I even, wrote my goals down, this season, and, one of them was to play every game this upcoming season. So my trainers, definitely can tell you, my parents, it'd be any little thing, like, and I get to panicking and stuff. It's like, man, like, I'm trying to be out there on the floor. I'm a competitor, I'll, lay my body on the line, for my team to be out there, to compete and battle with them. So I honestly felt like that Golden State series where I couldn't play was kind of, one of the toughest times of my life from the mental aspect of, not being able to be out there, on that stage versus that team in the playoffs, who we know, a great team, win championships. And, just to see, pretty much how close we were, to achieving our goal, it was tough.
So I know obviously it was tough because you were injured, but what made it one of the toughest times of your life? Like, how did that toughness manifest in your day-to-day?
So just starting, like, with, having to go, get the MRI, waiting on the results. I actually left the gym and my people were still, at the gym or whatever. They was texting me and stuff, and, like, I I didn't know, like, what to do, what to say at the time. Like, it was just, like, a lot going on, mind racing. It's like, is this something that's going to affect me, you know, for, you know, a year or two or for a while? Or is it, you know, something, you know, I could get over, you know, pretty much real quick? And then once they told me, like, yeah, man, you know, this series is, you know, kind of over. Like, you wouldn't play, you know, this series or whatever. And it's like, damn, pretty much, like.
Yeah.
So then it's like my people's actually with me. Like, I'm just sitting there, and it's like, you know how you can tell when, you know, when somebody down and, you know, you're just trying to make sure they're good and stuff. But it was like my mind just was all over the place. But, you know, having them around, you know, helped me. And then going back to Memphis, then coming back to Golden State, and I'm still on the sideline in a tech suit, was definitely tough. So I had to just keep telling myself, you know, everything, you know, happens for a reason. I just took it as an opportunity to, you know, lock in on, you know, everything and, you know, put my off-season plan on to how to be available for every game to, you know, be able to go out there and play.
Yeah. You know, I think that, like, NBA fans in general, they almost underestimate just, like, what injuries do to a player mentally. They talk about it so flippantly, like, oh, well, you can't stay out there. Or it's like, well, go out there, it's the playoffs, but it's not that easy. What would you just want people to understand about what it does for you mentally, being injured and also not being able to help your team?
Tough. Like, it's a lot. You know, you want to be out there and knowing you can't. That, I feel like, the even tougher part. I feel like nobody in this league would get injured and, you know, be able to play and not play, pretty much, unless it's like something be like, all right, if I go play, I maybe can hurt it worse or anything. So mentally, it can have you down on yourself. It can make you, you know, question everything, like why it had to be me, why at this time. And I feel like for us, you know, basketball is our job. Our goal was to play at the highest level. We had that opportunity to play at the highest level. Then you injured, and now it's like you can't go out there and play. And for us, you know, you got your teammates who you ride for, who you practice and, you know, go through everything with day in and day out. So, you know, you want to be out there. And then for it to be the playoffs where, you know, we got an opportunity to win a ring, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I feel like you just got to, you know, in every negative, you got to, you know, find a positive in it. Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to do. It kind of took me a minute, but...
But you made it.
I made it.
You talked about, like, almost working on being available. Like, in the offseason, how do you work on durability, on making sure that you're there for your team on the court?
I give a lot of credit to the trainers, you know, in the league, and also, you know, the trainers, you know, people have, you know, on the side as well. But I feel like I'm grateful to have, you know, my trainers with my team and my personal trainer, to be able to collab and be on the same page. So I feel like, you know, that helps me even more. And, you know, they try to teach me, you know, about my body, all these big words, you know, and it's just, you know, learning, you know, what I got to do, what's my problem, you know, what's weak. And then it's, you know, setting out this plan to, you know, not only, you know, make pretty much your whole body strong, but, you know, certain parts to prevent injury. So mine is how to prevent, you know, knee injuries, how I play. I had 2-3 knee injuries, you know, since I've been in the league. So it's now just them studying that and finding out what's weak. I do all these tests and stuff now.
Yeah.
That I hate, but it's for the better, so.
But that also has to be like a weird back and forth in your head, knowing like it's your style of play. Like the thing that makes you jaw is also the thing that's like, where you kind of like are gasping every time you go up or every time that you drive.
For sure.
So like, how are you balancing the thing that makes you good, but also understanding the thing that could also hurt you?
It's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like not only tough on me, but for my trainers. Because it's like, it's how I play. And I feel like, you know, everybody knows, you know, that how you land a certain way, how you always hitting the floor, you know, all this extra stuff that, you know, an injury could possibly happen. But it's my playing style. It's how I've been playing, you know, since I got athletic. I can't say before because I wasn't dunking and stuff. I was short and all. But it's definitely tough, but then you have to manage it pretty much. You have to, you know, look at other ways to not go do that, but still, you know, be a good player. So for me, it's, you know, shooting the ball, like being more consistent to where I don't have to go to the lane every time and receive contact or, you know, all this. So.
I mean, that place goes crazy when you
easy,
shoot a
but
three.
tough.
They're like, oh, he's versatile. All right, you talk about your athleticism. Tell me the 3 most athletic guards in the league right now. And you obviously can say yourself, so tell me the 2 others.
I'm number 1, though.
You're number 1. Who's 2?
Athletic guards. I'm going to honestly go with Ant-Man. Okay. I feel like he's really athletic. Get off the floor pretty fast. Zach LaVine.
Okay.
That's 1.
You can add 2 more if you want. Are you good with you?
Yeah, I'm number 1, but I'm going to just, you know, pick 3. So.
So you're number 1, and then Ant and Zach are jumbled. You know who people forget about, I think, because we haven't seen him on the court in a bit? John Wall.
For sure.
Is, like, so athletic. But it goes to, like, when you're not seeing someone, you just forget.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's that run. He's like, he might have been the most.
Yeah.
Like, watching him.
Fastest. Mm-hmm. For sure. I feel like it's a lot of athletic guards, but people game different. You won't know.
Yeah.
You won't know if they don't play downhill or whatever, like, you know, I do. So.
Yeah.
But he's definitely one of the most athletic. Russ still. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I always think about? So, like, obviously the first time I interviewed you, you weren't even in the NBA yet. And we had this whole part about how Russell Westbrook was your favorite player and that it was going to be really exciting to be able to play against him.
Yeah.
How has that, you know, shifted from being the guy that you, like, really look up to being your opponent?
The respect and the respect level's still there. Me being a fan, you know, it's still there. But, you know, once I play, I feel like, you know, now it's kind of, you know, I'm kind of getting used to it, pretty much going into year 4 now. So, I played them for some years. But I can say, like, my rookie year, that, you know, that first matchup, it was like, I want to say it maybe was during the bubble. Mm-hmm. I think it was during the bubble where we played. I actually text my people, like, dang, I'm about to play Russ before. Like, it was like a surreal moment, like, wow. Like, I was just watching his film, his highlights, and now it's like, you know, I'm actually going up against him. But as of now, it's like going into year 4, it's my job to play against, you know, the best players, you know, players I've watched, you know, growing up. So I'm kind of used to it now. So now it's the people who look up to me coming in the league.
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say, that's what's wild. Like, even though you're just going into year 4, those younger guys, they're going to be sending, like, I'm about to play John Morant.
Yeah, they're going to get cooked, too. It's my job. Nobody can take that one.
Which incoming rookie are you most looking forward to just cooking?
Kennedy Chandler.
Okay. It's okay.
But I see him in a couple weeks once he, you know, done with his summer league. But now, between him and Jaden, you know, I feel like, you know, I'm the most closest with, you know, and, you know, that rookie draft class. Super excited for both, but obviously Kennedy on my team now. But Jaden is probably the, you know, one I'm, you know, most excited to play.
Yeah.
Because he was just, you know, sitting on the sideline, sitting on the bench with us early on in my career, and now he's about to share the floor with me. So
yeah,
definitely a big time moment for both of us. So.
No, I love that. So obviously you were a rookie, you were going to play Russell Westbrook, you send the text to your family. But what has been your welcome to the NBA moment? Because you will probably hand that to some rookies. Well, what was yours where you said, okay, this is different?
It was that Kyrie matchup. I feel like it was my welcome to the league moment. Mm-hmm. then it was a 52-point game. I felt like that was the other half, so I split it. So
Yeah.
I had two.
Okay, yeah. That's so funny. Okay, which player this postseason annoyed you the most? Like, they was talking, it was too much.
Annoyed me the most this postseason.
Whether it was their defense on you, whether it was just them talking trash, who was it?
Pat Bev, for sure.
Yeah.
But I like that matchup. Like, we got respect for each other. Like, we talk, after the game or whatever. But, man, I feel like, so much people hate on him but don't respect him, for what he does for teams. I feel like he just brings this edge, to the table, and it's like everybody get on the same page with him. But that's probably, I wouldn't say annoyed, but I feel like, the most fun was probably him because everybody know I'm a player to talk back or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was definitely, he definitely won. Yeah.
I'm not surprised that it's Pat Bev. A few more for you before we let you go. I want to just read the stats. I think it's crazy. You were the 6th player in NBA history to average at least 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in your age 22 season. Obviously, Oscar Robertson, Tracy McGrady, LeBron, Luka, those are the others. But when you hear that and you hear the company, what do you think that says about where you can be in this league when it's all said and done?
And one of the, greatest to ever play the game. So I could be in that, conversation, with those guys, if I, continue to improve and, keep up what I'm doing to, be, in that, conversation when it's named, the greats to, play this game. So it's definitely motivation, but that's elite company right there. Mm-hmm. So it's something, you can't take for granted, but something you definitely, got to be happy about. But I feel like if it doesn't motivate you to, do even more, there's something wrong. And I'm motivated, so, I got to keep going.
For sure. This past All-Star, I was there when, they did the top 75 list. They had everybody there. And you were one of the people that spoke before they introduced the incoming class of the top 75. Are you sitting there thinking, oh, when it's that top 100,
yeah, for sure,
I'm there?
For sure. Once it came through and it was like, you have this opportunity, I took the opportunity. I don't even like to read, honestly.
You said
especially in front of a lot of people. Like, I just feel like my accent and stuff be, a little off. People don't understand me.
You were great.
Once I got the opportunity, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take it. Had the chance to, do that. And on that special occasion, on a night for me who was, which was one of, the best nights, in my career, first All-Star. Then, watching the, top 75 being called out, my mind was like, next time, top 100, I'll be what, Steph and LeBron knows did. Like, at the halftime, they went back, I'll be the one, going back and coming back. So I don't know if I'm going to play that many years, but...
You sound be tired.
So.
What did Michael Jordan say to you? Did you meet him?
I actually didn't see him.
Oh, no.
And, like, he was walking, but he was having a conversation. And I was actually going back to the locker room. Well, I was actually coming out of the locker room when I seen him. And it was, you got to go warm up. The game about to start back. So I didn't want to interrupt his conversation, and I had to, do my job. So it was kind of tough.
Okay, so, but if you could have talked to Michael Jordan in that moment, what would you have said?
Thank you. I feel like he, the reason a lot of people, want to play the game of basketball, to even, be there with him is, something I didn't see myself doing, as a kid, but having that opportunity to be there and, talk to him, introduce myself, and, just have that conversation with him. I don't know what I would have said, but
yeah,
I wish I played in his generation, though.
Yeah. You wish you would have played in his generation?
Yeah.
Why?
I heard he was like just how he, go about the game, just that mindset he had.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, play against him. So.
Yeah. You know, yeah, this time you're not saying, I would have cooked her.
I would have cooked them, too.
You would have cooked Michael Jordan?
Man, nobody got more confidence than 12.
No, no, that's what you're supposed to say. I get it.
As you should.
Yeah.
I'm never going to go and say nobody going to beat me in one-on-one or anything.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, what sport it is, soccer. Who the best player in soccer? Come on, we can play.
Who would y'all say best player? What, Ronaldo? Neymar? Messi?
Messi, yeah. But
You coming from Messi?
I want to be the goalie. I want to be the goalie and have. Matter of fact, somebody set it up. Man.
Set up you and Messi.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how hard that is, though, right?
For sure.
Okay, but you still want to try.
I'm confident.
Okay, tell me the thing that this offseason you want to improve. The biggest leap you can make.
I feel like it's pretty much the same as, I improved each year, but, still being, more consistent, with shooting the ball. But like I said, finding ways to not be on the floor, having to, receive contact at the rim. So I feel like, that part of my game, as it continues to improve, it'll help me with that. So that's pretty much, what I've been locked in on this offseason.
When you did the press conference the other day, you said, I believe we have all the pieces we need to win a championship. What makes you say that?
Starting with the organization, with how they, bring guys who are bought in and hungry, pretty much same mindset. And then after seeing, how we, continue to improve, throughout the years, I feel like, we have a lot of key pieces on this team, some great leaders, and then our young core, that we, pretty much just, brought in, being able to come in and contribute as well. I feel like, in this league, you can have the best player in the world, but you got to have, the guys around them. And I feel like I have the, perfect guys, around me to, win a championship. And I feel like, we got that chance, and, that's what we're going for. So.
I know that, the team in general has earned the respect of the league, but you two specifically have earned the respect of the league. What's been your favorite thing that, like, a guy said to you after a game that just made you feel good about where you are in the NBA right now?
I honestly don't know. I feel like, after the games and stuff, you normally be like, all right, good game, stay healthy, good luck. But obviously, it was guys, I think it was All-Star, after some games, top guys in this league, pretty much talking about my game, whether it was like Bron, or whatever. Just to, hear guys like that, say, you're special, talented, it goes a long way. So.
Yeah. All right, and last thing before we go, I got to make sure everybody sees that he has him tatted on his hand. What made you get that? And so that's why, because I don't think people realize, like, if you, I don't know, you have a good layup, a good dunk, and then you do this, I don't think they get you're tapping the him.
The him.
They just think that you're, like, touching your...
Him.
Your,
the only him. Him, not them.
Him, not them. Okay, and way too early Rookie of the Year pick.
Ooh.
Who you think wins it? Because if you're right, we're gonna play this clip when they win.
Jaden.
What makes him special?
I just feel like, his hunger. I feel like that goes a long way. Not even, talking about, what he can do, for a team, offensively or whatever. But like even talking with him like in college or whatever, he probably could have a great game for most people. But for him, it's like, all right. And I seen the same thing with myself. So, just seeing that and how he can, score the ball, from, all three levels. I feel like, he got a chance. Obviously, you have, the top three picks. You pretty much don't know how that's gonna go. But I feel like, he'll win it.
Yeah. I normally don't like player comparisons, but the Jaden and Ja comparison feels very spot on.
And that's my little brother.
Yeah. So that one works. We good? Any live questions from the stream? We're live, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
But y'all gotta ask. We live.
There might not be any good ones. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, everyone's talking about you versus Michael Jordan right now.
I knew that one was gonna blow up.
Did I cook him?
But if Mike was me when you was talking about the greats before him, he wasn't saying they were beating him either.
Yeah, he would have said the same thing, for sure.
That's that mentality you gotta have to be a killer in this league.
Oh, this is a good one. If you could get they said one attribute from the NBA, but like I think it means like if you could go out winning as like the most something player in the NBA, what would that be? Like you're known as the one person that did this. Does that make sense?
Like you mean like is he known as like the most athletic of all time, or the most exciting,
right,
the most like Shaq's the most dominant? Like, what do you want your adjective to be?
Exciting.
The most exciting.
Yeah. Outside of the best player in the world.
Yeah. You like putting on a show.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're very aware that you're putting on a show when you're out there.
It's honestly be crazy. Like, I really just go out and play. Like, it's like, if I'm going for a dunk or something, it's like, when I jump, whatever, I just plan on doing it in the air, I pretty much do. Or if I'm coming and I make a pass, however I get the pass there, it's just pretty much me and how I play, so. Sometimes I don't even recognize I did something till after the fact. Like the 360 layups, they not playing at all.
Yeah. You still haven't got that LeBron dunk that you talked about last season.
I got some years though, Bron.
Yeah.
They got some years, man.
Any more?
A lot of people asking about KD trade rumors. If he'll come to the Grizzlies. If he came, what would you think?
I guess we'll find out.
Last thing, a lot of people in Memphis are in the chat asking what's your favorite spot in Memphis, or some of your favorite spots to go
to eat.
Anything, probably. Go out, eat.
My favorite spots in Memphis. I just got into bowling.
You good?
No. But I beat anybody in this live chat bowling.
I'm not good, but I win.
Y'all can try Let It Fly. It's actually Mike Miller's spot. That's one of my top spots I go to. Got a little private room if you need your little room in there. Everything you need. Wing guru. Get you some wings, man.
You know what? We need new like rec activities because we golfed. We weren't good.
Yeah.
And you're saying you're not good at bowling.
Nah, but if Tiger want to play golf, we can, though.
Okay. And would you win?
For sure. Right?
All right, we're beating Tiger Woods at golf. We're beating Michael Jordan. We're doing all the things.
Messi.
Come
on.
Go. He's not scoring on you. Well, this was a pleasure. As always, we'll do it again in a year. Always.
Anniversary.
Thanks, Ja.
Really, every year. If it's a singer in the live chat, I can sing better than you.
No, okay, but hold on. Actually, admit I actually can sing better than you.
You got it.
I got to look at I can't right now. Vegas done some stuff to my vocal. Now you doing this.
Because I'm going to say I'm good at everything, but say you can sing better than me.
But I can.
Now, she can't sing, y'all. Go to a karaoke bar. Karaoke.
No. Maybe one day I'll put some footage out.
Karaoke, you got to do karaoke.
Yeah, I get into it.
I got y'all, too, though.
Wait, what's your go-to karaoke song? Because you don't do it. You just go.
Until the End of Time by Justin Timberlake.
Really?
That's a banger right there. I almost started singing just now.
I wanted you to. That's why I asked.
Nah, we all good. Live, y'all got to see
That's
that
a wrap.
maybe next year.
Thank you, John.